Hey guys, welcome back. We are with Johanna and we're getting ready to get started. We are looking at the parts just to make sure that there are no holes, make sure that all the vinyl is intact. As you know, I had to order the belly plate after I'd already had the kit, and the belly plate did not come from Bountiful Baby, which is where I got the kit. So with that being said, we have two different colors that we're working with. And in just a minute, we are going to neutralize the belly plate so that we can get it close to the kit. But right now, we're just taking everything out of the packaging and inspecting it. I noticed like a few, looks like pen marks on the top of Johanna's head on the left side, but I'm not fazed by it because this baby is going to be a dark brown color, so it'll be just fine. If anything, it'll look like mottling in the end. But let's just continue to inspect each and every piece of this kit to ensure we're good to go before getting started. One tip I would offer to you guys is to do this as soon as you get the kit. If you have like not necessarily a real long backlog, but if you happen to have a backlog of work to do, that way you don't miss out on the time frame to return the kit if in fact there's an issue with it. But what you want to look for are like scuff marks, tiny pinholes, which can create problems later in the process. You want to look for any vinyl that's ripped, look for any holes or any of that. And also, some people actually wash and prime their kits. I don't actually do that. No rhyme or reason to it. I just never have. And I'll share with you guys, it may be a short down the road, if I ever come across a kit that's not accepting paint and needs to have some product applied to it so that the paint will start to adhere. But this is the COA, and then we're looking at Sweet Johanna's face, and as you can see, this belly plate that is completely off color from what we need it to be. So we can see that it's in the red family, right? So can you guys guess which color we're going to use? Put in the comments right now, like stop and put in the comments if you can. But yes, green. Green is the opposite of red. So we're going to neutralize the belly plate with green. And in this container, I have just a little bit of the paint and Gamsol. Whenever I'm doing washes, I like to use Gamsol. And so for this particular wash, the green is very pigmented, so you see me adding some more odorless mineral spirits to kind of dilute it a little bit. It still doesn't get too diluted, but nevertheless, adding more, and then I'm going to reapply just with a thinner bit of solution so it's less opaque. Because we're not trying to turn the plate green, we are just wanting to neutralize that red color out of the vinyl so that we can get it closer to the color of the actual kit. And then once we pounce this paint off, you'll notice that the green color really comes off, but it does its job. And another thing to also note, I don't necessarily neutralize kits all the time. So for instance, if I didn't have the belly plate, I would not have neutralized. That's just not in my routine of doing things. But because this color was so far off from the rest of the vinyl pieces, I didn't want it to present a problem later to where even though we're doing a dark brown color, I didn't want the belly plate to be super dark brown and the rest of the vinyl pieces not actually match. So trying to get this color as close as I can to the other pieces from the Bountiful baby kit will really help to balance things out and keep the colors matching as close as possible. But I've never really seen a benefit for me neutralizing kits before I get started, unless I'm going with a lighter baby, which is pretty new in my repertoire, so to speak. I haven't really done many light babies, as I really stick to medium brown and dark brown. But I am now putting the belly plate on this hand towel that I folded. It is so important to keep the shape of the belly plate during the baking and the cooling process. I've had so many belly plates like rip on me because I didn't do this step. And it's important that you do this during the baking and the cooling. So we'll go ahead and pop this in the oven for 9 minutes actually, at 265 degrees. Okay, so it is cool. Now we can see the underside is still red. Now let's see if we have a difference. Yes, we have a complete difference. That green neutralized the red. I'm sorry that it's out of frame here, but you can see that that green neutralized the red on the other side. So just to show you again. And here is the neutralized belly plate, as close as I can get it to the rest of the kit. And I think we did pretty good, but you'll notice later that there's going to be some layers that I don't put on the belly plate because it is a little bit darker. And this all, of course, y'all, comes with time and just getting familiar with how you paint, how you process, and what you're going for. So don't think I necessarily have some type of strategy, so to speak. I just go off of trial and error and what my experiences have taught me. And so now we're going to do this mother color brown using the primary colors that you just saw, the red, yellow, and blue. And we'll put these foundational layers on each part of the kit. And I like to call these layers like my protective layers. They are my foundational layers, and every piece of the kit will get this mother color wash, so to speak. But this helps to protect the kit in the event I have to strip it, right? Because of course, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I can go too heavy with one layer and it messes everything up. I try not to do that anymore, but it can happen. So let's say, for instance, I go in with a blue wash. Blue is very staining. So to prevent a staining layer, I like to put down these brown foundational layers. And of course, these brown foundational layers contribute to the actual overall color, but that's just to let you know why I do these washes first. And I am heavily considering, after a few messages that I've gotten on Instagram, I am heavily considering doing like one-on-ones to help people individually. There will be a fee, of course, because it will take some of my time, and I would have to make sure that I planned and that I have every bit of it. So you can see the head and the belly plate are matching a little bit more now, right? Yeah, that's what we want. So just watch along as I continue to bring all the other pieces up to match the head and the belly plate. this is in real time, just so you know. I've spoken about the importance of pouncing and getting into those creases in other videos, but I cannot stress enough just how you really want to make sure that you use a mop brush if you have one, or just a clean brush to go into those creases and like the folds of the hands to really clean out any excess paint so that you don't have a muddy look or a dirty look. And you'll notice that painting a newborn is different than painting a toddler. At least it is for me. Some people may use the same techniques. It just depends on your personal preferences and style. But as for me, I actually just I do two different styles. With the toddlers, you'll see not so much less depth or less dimension, but you'll see less details. I might not have as much veining or mottling on a toddler, whereas in a newborn, I'll do my best to integrate some of that so that we really get a new baby effect, or as close as we can, without taking away from the fact that brown skin is definitely more even. But when you have a new baby, that's not necessarily the case. And plus, I am trying a new technique this time around. So you guys get to get a first hand at some new techniques that I'm doing. Some that I've done here and there on some kits. But this is like a culmination of everything I have done up until this point. So I'm really freestyling. I had posted a short last week and I wanted to know, like, who do we have here? I'm interested to know. I mean, I guess I can tell from some of the names, like if you're an artist, or maybe not, because even though you have nursery in your username, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're an artist. You could just be a collector. Not just, but you could be a collector. So I'd love to know if you feel up to sharing, what brings you to the community? How long have you been here? Are you an artist? Are you a collector? What are you looking to gain from me, from this channel? Because I want you guys to know that tutorials won't be the only thing that I post here in videos. It'll be the majority. but it won't ever be like every single step because that takes a lot of time. And I don't want to necessarily profess to be this great educator, but I would like to share because it's fun for me. I hate that there's not a lot of information readily available for African American skin tone. So I am contributing the best that I can, the best of my abilities with you guys. But I would love to share with you taking pictures, picking out clothes, deciding on what type of hair, and all of those good things. But just share with me anything you'd like to in the comments. I just really appreciate you guys being here and watching. It means a lot to me. Lets me know that all this hard work is not in vain. I wish I could remember where I got this little rack from, but I mean, you can find them anywhere, to be honest. But that's what I use to allow my limbs to flash cure after I paint them. And I am going to add some brown to this belly plate only because I want to make sure that it's the exact brown, because the kind of shade of brown that we see now is actually just from neutralizing the red with the green. So I want to make sure that I at least get a layer of this brown onto the belly plate so that it is the brown that I want. But in a few upcoming layers, I won't touch the belly plate at all. And I'm sorry, I'm so out of frame on this particular clip. I didn't realize that when I was recording, so my apologies. Oh, I need to speak to why I chose, or why I choose this mother color. It's because of it's very translucent, and that really helps whenever you are trying to give an appearance of realism. Having transparent layers and layers that aren't muddy is what really helps you to be able to build layers and to add dimension under the skin. I'll do some dimension layers before I get to the end and close to the end, because there's some things that I want more pronounced, and there's some things I want to appear to be under the skin, like veining and some modeling. But then blush, I want that to be on top of the skin, but not too pronounced, but just enough to where you can tell there's a difference between modeling and blushing, and even texture layers. But if there's a question that you have, something that I have not thought of, please feel free to put it down in the comments and I will certainly respond. And in a few minutes, we're going to wrap up. Um, and then I'll come back with the next video, of course. But off camera, I'm going to do 2 more layers of this brown just to make sure I actually have a good covering on the vinyl pieces. And like I said, to prevent the vinyl from being stained from any of the following layers. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed the opening of this particular painting series, or Painting with Me series. Again, if you have any questions, just please leave them down in the comments, and I will be more than happy to respond. Anything that I've said in this video, and you have questions about it, please feel free to ask away. Again, thank you guys so much for watching and for being here, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one. So stay tuned until the end, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
And if you don't believe in me,